Many illustrations in 5th edition Dungeons & Dragons are not great. Too safe, too corporatized, too cartoonish. The technical skill of the artists is very high, but the art direction often utilizes this talent in a shallow, hyper-commercialized sort of way. Safe dungeons and approved dragons. But some 5e art is actually very good. Richly detailed, gorgeously illustrated, or improving upon aesthetics that were established in older generations, carrying on the torch and doing honor to what came before. The best piece of 5e art comes from the Dungeon Master's Guide, found on the page that begins the section on diseases. The artist who created this amazing illustration is Kieran Yanner. He has done other 5e illustrations that you might recognize, but this is the one, Spare the Dying. It tells a story. It is the aftermath of a harrowing battle against goblins, an ambush in the forest. One of the characters, the woman lying on the ground, was shot with a poisoned arrow and is near death. The human emotion in this piece is far greater than the usual expressions in D&D art. Typically, features have a neutral expression, or they look really, really confident, self-assured, even cocky, or at times goofy. Not here. This is a serious work. Fighting for your life is as serious as it gets. There's no cheap cockiness here. The fallen woman is pale from blood loss and poison. The human vulnerability shown here is so honest, so real. She clutches at her ally as the terror of oncoming death overwhelms her. The man, perhaps a dwarf cleric, crouches down in genuine concern for his fallen ally. He cradles her head. His hands, with great gentleness, touch either side of her head, holding her and praying to the divine. His mystical orison will bring her healing, will cure her racked body, will deliver her from the jaws of death, or at the very least, stabilize her so that she does not cross that final threshold into the great beyond. The masculine and feminine spirits depicted here are in beautiful harmony, like yin and yang. The feminine is graceful, curving, soft, and it draws her counterpart in. The masculine is sturdy, hard-lined, armored, and extends out to his counterpart. They are different, and yet compose a wholeness together. Either would be incomplete without the other, and for whatever differences they do have, they also have great similarities. They have a connectedness, a bond. See the bands about her wrists, practically identical to the bands about his beard. We are in this together. I save you, you save me. In this we have purpose. Some people interpret this painting as that the dwarf cleric is unable to heal his fallen ally, and all he can do is listen to her last words and hold her as she dies. Perhaps he isn't even a cleric at all. He is a warrior. He has no authority to invoke divine healing. This is a powerful interpretation as well. It's similar to mine, though less optimistic, more tragic. Tragedies can be powerful stories. The environment about the characters is very effective as well. The pervasive shadows, the serpent-like roots of the trees, the snow that subtly mixes in with some spilled blood, and in a way, almost resembles a massive streak of blood itself. In a world of so much darkness, so much lurking danger, so many slithering serpents, there is something loving and steady and greater that never abandons you. Despite the heavy shadows, there is also illumination from above. See the dwarf's shadow and the overall lighting here. It's a pure light shining down from overhead. In fact, we might see the woman's eyes as looking up at that light instead of into her ally's face. What is she seeing? Celestial light beckoning her spirit away from the material world into the heavenly beyond? or a great divine beam descending, answering the cleric's prayer, bringing her the restoration she so desperately needs. This is such a beautiful piece. Whether you see it as hopeful or tragic, it touches the heart in a way that so few other D&D illustrations do. It is like a masterful symphony in a game system that so often comes across as pop. I wish we saw more works like this in D&D. Thank you all for watching. If you like this kind of content, make sure to give this video a like and subscribe if you are not already. I want to give a special thanks to all my supporters on Patreon, in particular Adam Wood, Vince Villelli, Nick Thy Pirate King, Locke Monroe, and Nicholas A. You all are an important part of what makes it possible for me to do all of this that I do. Until we meet again, my brave companions, don't forget to take some time to appreciate the great art of both official and third-party books. And as always, may your adventures be many.